welcome to Pro Wrestling Throwdown for this record-breaking 5th season on YouTube. Thank you to everybody who participated with the WrestleMania party last week. Was a success. We've got a lot of views, got a lot of traffic on the site. That is thanks to you guys. We had a great time on night 1. We had a great time night 2 as a family. It was a really good show. And in all, I hope we do it again. And
it was fun.
And maybe even bigger next time.
Definitely talking to Kit Kats about the possibility of having another show.
Also, the possibility of having micro wrestlers, which would be pretty cool.
A
as
live
well.
show at Kit Kats with micro wrestlers.
Be fun.
Be
It'd be
awesome.
really fun. We hope to do more pay-per-views. I'd like to thank our partners, of course, R&R Creations, Kit Kats, JD, Katrina, for allowing us to host.
Jen and Jamie.
Jen and Jamie for their brainchild of the entire marriage of the two. You can also find her podcast on YouTube as well. Results May Vary is what it's called. That's Katrina and Jody Bear, I think, who is actually a professional comedian. They just talk about random stuff filmed. Jen's in there. They just film random stuff.
Right from the bar.
Right from the bar. Be sure to go over, tell them we sent you, and give the like, subscribe, just like we ask you to do here. This is the Drive for 5. We are at 326 now officially. We're getting closer. Over 7,000 views this week, or this past 2 weeks, for the WrestleMania Shorts coverage, which we appreciate. If there's anything that you ever want to ask question-wise, please send in either here in the comments or at facebook.com/ProWrestlingThrowdown, and we'll answer them in shorts. You can ask any one of the members of the group question of your choice. Of course, keep it fucking wrestling topic. Don't ask about detergents, shit like that. Or unless you're asking about 420, then you might be able to talk to a couple of us.
We might have some answers.
We're here, season 1, season 5. Caleb is
Which season are we?
Season 5. This is the 5th time. This is our 6th year, but 5th
Episode
season.
1.
What is it?
Oh, you said season 1.
Then,
Season 5.
Yeah, you said season 1, then season 2.
Oh, season 5.
Which season are we at?
Episode 1, season 5.
There we go.
Caleb's not here. Also, Mighty Max is recovering from the paintball injury that took place over 2 weekends ago. He literally said some stuff and got one shot, and it got lodged. And story short,
He shouldn't have pissed me off.
100%. Big Bad John, how's your week?
Week's going great.
Good.
Thank you.
Sweet Tea, how you doing this weekend?
This weekend.
Feels like rain.
Yes, it does.
It feels like a rainy day. It really does. All right, well, let's get into our top subject here. We'll see what our top story is. What?
You're not going to ask how she is?
How are you doing, professional? In the chair, is it comfy? Can you fit your butt in it? Because is it comfortable that you don't sink to the floor? Because
let's
Caleb is a heavy man. I'm just saying.
Let's put it this way. There's enough room in the chair that I have a mini dog on this side of me, and I have a perched cat right here. So if you happen to see a random tail, it's the cat.
It's totally the cat. She doesn't have a
it.
tail. If she does, I have never seen it. So,
Secret.
You should know.
we're going to go right into the Rebellion picks. So let's go ahead and do that. We have already accumulated Max and Caleb's picks into the picks, which we will talk about as we go through. We will fill you in on who goes where. If you want to fill that out as we go, just read them off, and we'll...
Okay.
We're going to go match 1. The pre-show matches do not count, which were...
The pre-show matches was Fatal Influence versus Rosemary, Zaya Brookside, and Li Ying Li.
Okay.
And then there was Elijah versus To Be Announced.
which there's no telling who that would be. Obviously we will know eventually, because that takes place tonight. So,
Well, and I
tonight-
would say about
Actually, it
6 p.m. You might know.
took place yesterday. Today's Monday, remember? Monday.
oh yeah, that's right. I forgot.
Yeah.
about
Today's
that.
Monday.
We're just not gonna ruin the surprise.
Monday.
Yeah, we already saw it because
We want you to be surprised.
it's Monday,
It's cool.
the 28th, not the 27th, as in what the pay-per-view was on yesterday. We're also not going to tell you what happened on Raw, so suck it.
All right, you want the first match?
Yes, give us the first match.
All right, it's an Ultimate X match. Moose the Champion versus Casey Navarro versus Leon Slater versus Matt Cardona versus El Hijo del Vikingo versus Sidney Akeem.
All right, I knew 3 of those people. All
Who
right.
are you guys going with?
Ultimate X for Moose being where did Caleb and Max fall?
Max went with Moose. KB went with Vikingo. Or Vikingo.
Ooh. I'm going to go Vikingo, just because of the acquiring of AAA, which means TNA and NXT for their big pay-per-view coming up. I'm going to go Vikingo. Even though I can't see Moose winning Ultimate X. It would baffle me.
Professional?
Vikingo. Yeah.
Big Bad John.
We'll get better at TNA picks as the year goes.
I'll go Moose.
Yeah.
That'll be interesting. It might be a thing.
Who are you going with?
That's a good question.
Actually watched the
I think I'm gonna go with Matt Cardona because I know that's the only other name that I know on the list.
AKA
Why
Zack
not be
Ryder,
random?
AKA Mr. Chelsea Green.
Oh, okay, yeah. Let's go with
Woo woo woo.
Sweet Tea. Will go with Matt.
I watched the Square City Rumble. From the Circle City Rumble. Right? No, it was Square City Rumble.
Yeah.
From the Square City Expo, Wrestling Expo was streamed live last night on YouTube.
It was
Matt
interesting.
Cardona was in it. Actually, he was the last man eliminated. He put in quite a bit of work. It was really cool. Had some legends.
The
It was a pretty cool
beginning
show.
wasn't
Who knows, maybe I
great.
got a chance of getting that one. You never know.
That's a possibility. Hey, here's the deal. If he signs
a really
and
good
gets a
worker.
title, that means he's signing with TNA. If he signs with TNA, he's the king of the indies. Like,
Yeah.
he's the indie guy. He's the guy who left the WWE and made a name for himself
On his own.
on his own. Well, he made a name for himself on his own before he left. They weren't pushing him, so he was the grandfather of podcasts on YouTube. What he did is he called it the Long Island True Stories, and he had a spiked mohawk and was one of them Jersey boys and shit, and
Woo,
built
woo,
his
woo.
own empire, kind of like Austin Creed or Xavier Woods, and
That's
got
about
over without Vince McMahon's help, which Vince McMahon hates that shit. Anyone who knows him knows.
If I didn't
You're gonna
do
get
it, you can't have it.
Rusev, Aleister Black, all of them that we'll talk about here in a minute, but all of them have faced the same fate.
Mandy
He was
Rose?
released.
Wasn't she released because of her OnlyFans?
Yes. Well, that was different, though. That was a contractual thing. But left, became a giant star on the indies. Does death matches now, which is interesting because it's Zack Ryder. But it's held, what was it? 12 different independent championships at once.
Wow.
They called him the king, undisputed king of the indies is
All
what he
right,
called
yeah,
himself.
I'm keeping with Matt
He's a
Cardona.
damn good worker. I mean, it's super cool, too, from what I understand.
All right, next match is a Falls Count Anywhere match between Mike Santana, no relation to Carlos,
Not even a little bit, Max.
versus Mustafa Ali.
Ooh, that could go either way.
Professional, where are you going?
Not
The-
Mustafa.
The boys went with Santana.
Yeah, not
Maxim.
Mustafa. I'm just not a fan of him.
I'm going to go Mustafa just to be the odd man out. It's early this season now,
Yeah.
so I can learn
Johnny,
to make
Big
mistakes.
Bad
Santana.
John? Santana?
After this pay-per-view, I will know where, what everybody looks
Yeah.
like. So.
Just because I know who Mustafa is.
Santana was
that's
in LAX.
where I'm
Him and
going.
Ortiz.
Okay.
That's who Santana went on his own because the other guy is still contracted somewhere.
Gotcha.
But they're no longer LAX or the whatever they called themselves at the end when they were in Pride and Powerful or
That sounds right.
when they were with Jericho in AEW. They were good. They're a good ass tag team.
You want to go to the next one?
Yeah, did everybody get the picks in?
Yes.
Okay.
I
Yeah, go
went
ahead.
with Mustafa because I knew who he was. Next one is a 6-man tag team match. You got Ace Austin and the Rascals
Okay.
versus the System.
The System is Brian Myers, Fandango, and
I love
It
Fandango.
says Brian Myers, Eddie Edwards, and JDC.
yeah, JDC is Fandango.
Okay.
That's his name over there.
Okay.
And
And the boys went with the System.
see, gosh, I don't know. I like the Rascals a lot.
See, but I don't know where TNA's storylines have been. You know
See,
what
that's
I
my
mean?
thing. This is a start for us.
And Sean Waltman is coming with the Rascals and
The
Ace
Rascals.
Austin.
If X-Pac's with them, the Rascals will win.
Alicia Edwards is with the other group.
If X-Pac's there, that's just to even the sides.
So I'm gonna
But that's a
go,
WWE crossover because he's a legend.
I'm gonna go Rascal.
I'm going Rascals, yeah.
Rascals.
Also, it builds into the pot smoking angle of the Rascals.
Yeah.
Before they were in NXT, they were pot smoking gimmick. Like they were the little Rascals, but they smoked weed. All their promos and shit would have that '70s show vibes, where you'd see the smoke coming up from the spin camera back and forth between them. They did Scooby Doo shit. They did all kinds of stuff. But Rob Van Dam also did some shit with them as well as Riddle.
That's cool.
Yeah, I gotta go. I love the Rascals, especially Trey Miguel,
Yeah, he's really tough.
where he stepped up to be a father figure to his niece. Is why he didn't sign with WWE to begin with.
Yeah.
You being the most talented one of the three, and having to see your two best friends go to the E and you don't get to go because you have responsibilities. That shows a man right there.
I was about to say that sounds like a man.
He was offered, he wasn't offered as much money, but you got to understand, at this time, TNA taped like the Performance Center does. One location. You know, they went on tour, but the majority of their TV shows were all taped in a weekend. Some of them
He
still
could
are.
Be there with the kids.
That aren't live. Some of them still are taped. Like, we'll go live one week, but when those cameras are off, the fans get to stay
Yeah.
and watch next week's episode get taped in front of them, so they get two shows for the price of one. Which is what NXT and Level Up
Yeah. Level Up.
did. When you went to see NXT, you got Level Up as well. Like with Raw, we got Main Event with it. So, or Superstars, whichever one's still going. I think it's Main Event.
Main Event, yeah, we got Main Event. Whenever
Did we get everybody's picks in for that?
Yep.
All right. And this is
The next one is a 4-way tag team match for the TNA Knockouts World Tag Team Championship.
All right.
You got Ash and Heather by Elegance
Okay.
versus Metaphor versus Spitfire versus Gigi Dolan and Tatum Paxley. Caleb went with the Elegance. Max went with Gigi Dolan and Tatum Paxley.
And this is for the title.
Yes.
Yes.
You know what? I'm going Metaphor. I'd like to see the NXT win some tag titles. If we're going to do this fucking brand extension thing, let's do it the right way. Let's start trading belts. Getting our belts shown on NXT.
But
Getting
on
our
that
belts shown.
same note, if Tatum and
That's what I'm saying, yeah. But I'm
Gigi
going to go with Lash and Jakara.
I'm gonna go GG and Paxley.
It's not a bad guess. If I had a chance to do a second guess, that's who my second pick would be.
I really like them together. They're the kind of perfect odd because they're both their own sort of odd, but they go well together.
Agreed.
Big Bad John.
Paxley.
I'm also going with Dolan and Pax.
There you go. All right.
Alright, next one is a singles match for the TNA International Championship between Steve Macklin, who's the champion versus Eric Young.
This is a challenger. This used to be a group of guys together, and Macklin and Eric Young are no longer together anymore.
Really good match, though.
And it's for the what used to be the Digital Media Championship, which is now called the International. It's that nice blue belted one they just made. It's fucking nice looking. Steve Macklin's a monster.
And he's
Yeah,
the current
But
champion.
Eric Young's a bad
I was
motherfucker.
gonna say he ain't no slouch.
I'm gonna go Eric Young. I'm gonna go new champ.
I wanna
Max
go.
went also with Eric.
I'm gonna go Young.
Big Bad John?
Eric Young.
I'm going to go with Steve.
Alright.
Because I don't know any of them. Alright, next is the tag team match for the TNA World Tag Team Championship.
Alright.
We got the Hardys versus the Nemeth Brothers.
So the Hardy versus the Zigglers.
Both former WWE talents. All four of them.
Well, three.
Not
of them.
four, three.
Three. The other one is a actual AEW TNA. He's been around. He just has never been in the E
Yeah.
yet. Man, that's a hard one.
Both the boys went with the Hardys, and that's where I'm going.
Yeah, I can't
they're
go
going
against
to
the
retain.
Hardys.
That's what they're going with because the Hardys are the champs.
Yeah.
I gotta go with the Hardys.
Are they gonna call them up? That's the...
I'm gonna go with the Hardys as well.
Nemeth or Hardys? You gonna be the odd man out?
I don't know. That's a really hard one because here's the deal. Dolph Ziggler was in the title picture not that long ago.
Yeah, true.
Him and his brother are an amazing tag team. They're a very accomplished tag team.
They are.
Is the Hardys going to be doing more WWE than they're going to be doing TNA here in the future is what I'm weighing.
That's a good question.
But-
Because Fraxium is now on the main roster, so you don't have to worry about them having to fight each
It
other.
would be a good idea to have the titles on them if they're doing
Ah.
the WWE.
Is it a
stuff,
regular
'cause
match?
Then
It's for the tag
Titles,
team
but I mean, is it a regular
It's a
tag match?
Tag team match, yeah.
Hardy Boys.
Alright.
if it was some sort of like special match, I might.
If there was a way that they could use weapons legally, it
I
might be a different story.
think about.
They did just do a Hardy compound thing with them a couple weeks ago, which I haven't watched when they take
We'll
them
have
out
to
to
check
the
it out.
compound.
Oh.
They do the
Cool.
whole broken and the delete and shit where Jeff Hardy showed up as Willow with the mask and stuff on again, which is super fucking cool.
Alright, next match is for the TNA Knockouts World Championship.
Alright.
We got the champion Masha Slamovich versus Tessa Blanchard.
Regular match.
Regular match. Max went with Masha, Caleb went with Tessa.
Tessa versus Masha
Masha.
Slamovich. God,
That's gonna be a
that's
good
like
match.
picking between dessert and dessert. Because they're both phenomenal wrestlers. Both of them. Tessa Blanchard has a problem with her mouth, but other than that,
A lot of wrestlers do.
she's super talented. So
Talking about professional wrestling wise, she's a fantastic wrestler.
she's one of the best.
And she's gorgeous, but I'm going with retain.
I'm going with.
Big Bad John,
Tessa.
professional.
Retain.
What's the count on that?
Caleb and Johnny are Tessa. Everyone else is Masha.
I'll go Tessa.
Keep
Let's split it up there.
Alright, last match is a three-way match for the TNA World Championship, and this will be Kazarian's Call Your Shot Championship match.
So he cashed in his money in the bank.
So it's Joe Hendry, who is champion, versus Frankie Kazarian versus Ethan Page. Caleb went Ethan Page, Max went with Joe Hendry.
Damn it.
I'm going with Joe Hendry just because I love Joe Hendry. Big Bad John?
I believe.
Professional? Dog.
Ethan Page. Just in case. Like I said, if you're gonna do this, if
That's
we're
what
gonna
I'm
do this, let's
wondering.
do it.
That's what I'm wondering. Is this going to be
The way
The
to get
one
Joe
when
Henry
they-
on NXT, maybe.
Either way, it's gonna be like.
Either way, it's gonna be worth your money. Because Frankie
Hon-
Kazarian's a bad motherfucker too.
Honestly, all these matches sound really good,
Yeah, there ain't a bad match on the card.
except for like maybe 2 that I don't know of, but that's about it.
I'm telling you, from somebody who knows those names,
Yeah. It's
that's
gonna
a
be
good ass card.
It's going to be good.
You want me to put you in the middle with Frankie?
No. No.
Do you believe, or do you got that all ego smile?
I'm going to go Hendry.
She believes.
Although I could see it going either way.
All right, those are all the picks.
All right, our
Okay.
picks are in. Rebellion yesterday.
Yes.
Tonight, tonight.
was when it happened on
It was really good.
It'll be
The-
good.
pay-per-view.
It
stuff
was really good.
and
You need to
things.
watch it.
Hit us with the next one, Big Bad Joe. All right, we start out WrestleMania weekend with a Melo Wins the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. We're going to see if they decide to do something with Melo. I mean,
Be nice. He's kind of just been floating around.
he really has. Him and The Miz have a good thing going on right now. They should keep that spirit alive, I think. I hear that The Miz gave him a chain on Smackdown. I didn't watch that promo because it was one of those ones that evidently, I guess, was added through WWE.com or whatever. Anyway, regardless, Melo was given a necklace by The Miz, to whom was taken out by the returning Aleister Black for running his mouth, which is super, super cool. Also,
Well, yeah,
Zelina
Aleister
Vega
Black.
winning the United States title is pretty cool, too. The TLC tag team title match was cool, too. Go ahead and hit us with the next one. Melo wins the Battle Royal, though. Very interesting. Here's a very interesting piece of information.
Information I was super excited
Stay
to
wide
hear
here
about.
for a minute, Joni. Triple H says Chyna.
Getting a solo WWE Hall of Fame introduction is definitely happening.
Quote unquote, definitely happening.
When I saw this news, I almost nearly started crying. She was the first wrestler I had ever liked when I started watching when I was like 12 years old because she was an oddball. She's kind of manly, and so am I. Damn it. So,
It'd be great to see her finally get in. She was really one of the pioneer women.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for her, people like Rhea Ripley, I mean, she's just,
there'd be no Beth Phoenix.
no.
She really opened up the doors with winning the Intercontinental Championship and being the first woman in the Men's Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
She opened up a lot of doors, and even though she did something outside of wrestling, I don't think that should deter her professional wrestling.
There have been a lot of major stars who have had one
Cough is terrible.
problem or another in their private life outside of wrestling that shouldn't have any indication on their professional career. People
Apologize
make
to everybody.
mistakes.
Sinuses are nuts this time of year. Cough does not help. Yeah. Anyways, continue.
Everybody's human. Everybody makes mistakes. If you pay for your mistakes, it shouldn't have any effect on your career.
Well,
Let's
here's
be
the
honest.
deal. It wasn't a mistake. She made some adult movies.
Things happen.
It happens. It's not like, oh, I got something here. It's not like she killed anybody or or
You mean
something like that. She
Snuck up.
She might have been exiled for that. But WWE has to take that blame too. They put her in Playboy.
They honestly, I feel
They
like
started that slippery slope with the Playboy.
they caused her downfall.
And then that one dude taping her.
Do that documentary.
Disgusting.
Took advantage of her.
Fucking disgusting. How do you roll camera outside of the room when she's dead in the hotel room? Or in the apartment? It's just...
And then he stole her ashes.
Give the mom back the fucking ashes, dude.
He can't. He put them in the ocean.
Well,
Remember?
he says he put them in the ocean, but nobody believes
some
it.
of them. And then he bedazzled.
He kept some for himself. He said that. I kept some for myself.
That's
No.
gross. That's just a fan. Like, he manipulated. I think he was really the cause of her death.
Disgusting.
Yes.
Fucking disgusting.
Like, he should be in jail for what he did.
Hall of Fame thing, definitely a plus.
Yes.
The ninth wonder of the world should be in her rightful place in the Hall of Fame. I mean,
Yes.
she is, but on her own merit.
She definitely deserves to be in on her own.
Yes.
Well, I don't think DX could be there without her in it.
Right.
Which they fought for when they went in as DX, that she would be in with them. They fought for that.
She was one of the founding members. You can't put DX in without a founding member.
No. All of the founding members, Rick Rude should have been inducted with them. I know why they didn't. It's because the family said no thank you. Because they didn't have a really good working relationship as it was. Hit us with the next one. Congratulations, Chyna. Premature congratulations, but congratulations nonetheless.
The fact that he's willing to, that he talks about putting her in, I'm happy about that because that means she has a shot.
Yes.
Whether it's a legacy, I don't care how she goes in. She just needs to be in.
Yeah. She deserves
As
a
woman,
induction.
as a woman that has broken down barriers, she deserves to be in.
All right, we're going to get into.
Fuck, they got Melo in there.
We're going to do a quick gloss over this as the winners
Yes,
and
you
losers. I do want to say congratulations to Big Bad John, who took season 4's WrestleMania.
Took away your wrestling crown.
Not only me, he took away jump first season.
Yeah, but you've won every season, right? Of WrestleMania?
WrestleMania, yes.
So he
broke my streak. He did.
By
All
what,
because
point?
of that worthless Cody Rhodes.
By
Worthless.
1 point,
I
right?
told everybody he was worthless.
All right.
He didn't even put up a fight.
He did not. All right,
Disgusting.
let's get on with the
Anyway, here we go. Rey Mysterio tore a groin, could not compete, so Rey Fenix took on El Grande Americano, to whom El Grande Americano won. Jey Uso wins the World Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah.
Finally.
8.
Tiffany Stratton retains, which
Because it's Tiffy time.
not a lot of people thought was going to take place.
Neither did I, but I love Tiffany.
Jacob Fatu was unanimous with that.
So
Winning the
happy
United
for
States
him.
Championship. War Raiders dropping the tag titles to the New Day. Jade Cargill beating Naomi. And in Night 1's main event, with the swerve that we all called about Paul Heyman taking place, Seth Rollins wins the triple threat match in the main event of Night 1. Wow. Alright.
Let me read that too.
Yeah, go ahead for that too.
So on night 2, the first match was Cody Rhodes and John Cena. Of course, John Cena winning.
Yep.
The heel is the final champion.
Well, at least that's what he says.
I mean, kind of has the book to prove it.
I mean, yeah, at this point, possession is 9/10 of the law.
Our second match was Judgment Day versus Bayley and Lyra. Or Becky and Lyra.
Yes.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
It was supposed to be Bayley, and unfortunately
Make sure you
Bayley
blow
was
it out
hurt.
just in case there's anything else.
So, Becky and Lyra took the belts when Becky surprised everybody in her entrance. In our third match, we had Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre again. And Drew got the victory this time. Our next match was Io Sky versus Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley.
Uh-huh.
And Io Sky retained.
The genius of the sky.
She's beautiful.
Amazing.
Amazing. Then we had Braun Breaker versus Penta versus Dom Vince versus Balor. And Dom won his first championship.
First Intercontinental
Very happy
Championship.
about that.
Oh, yeah. And it was the one championship that he always dreamed about.
Because his dad, Eddie, won it.
Yeah.
His daddy.
His true father,
I mean,
Eddie.
you know, you gotta follow in your daddy's footsteps.
Well, both fathers, actually. Former Intercontinental Champions.
The one that raised him and the one that should have.
He went the distance.
Well, I mean, his mom got around.
Then we had AJ Styles versus Logan Paul, with Logan Paul taking the victory. And in our main event, we had Randy Orton versus Joe Hendry.
Joe Hendry was the mystery opponent. Fantastic match for what it was.
It was short and it was sweet.
Sweet to the point.
I liked it.
Gave Randy Orton a WrestleMania match on the fly. All in all, pretty good WrestleMania, I think. I think it drew to a great conclusion. Was a great season. Johnny, again, congratulations on your WrestleMania win. That means that the...
Thank you.
Do you need to go over the NXT stand and deliver?
We'll cover that later. But here's the deal, man. You get to pick the punishment.
Okay.
I'll give you a week or two, pick what you want to do or whatnot, and then next week we will start work on the end of the year awards. Start getting ready for this coming season. We start now, I mean, with TNA Wrestling and being right off the hammer.
Well, last night.
Yeah. Last night.
We started
Because this
the
is the
season
28th.
last
That's
night.
right. Yeah, today is obviously the 28th.
Yeah.
7th? 8th.
8th.
Today's the 28th.
Yeah.
Yesterday, the day that's totally not today, was the
Yeah.
27th. I got you. See? See? Tell
You
me.
picking up what I'm putting down?
I picked it up, dusted it off, put it in my pocket.
Alright, cool.
Alright, here's the next one, please. So, Logan Paul, funny story coming out of WrestleMania. Prior to Stone Cold trying to kill somebody in the front row with four-wheeler.
Which he also tried to kill himself beforehand, trying to get up on the ramp. If you haven't seen that
Yeah,
video.
that was a
Oh
funny
my
video.
God.
God love him. He's got to quit drinking so much before he gets on four-wheelers.
Logan Paul offered $1 million for him to be in the Prime outfit on that four-wheeler, to which he told
Not just
Logan
one
Paul,
million.
not just one, but several $1 million in a row, and Austin was like, I'm absolutely not doing that. So,
That's great, though.
and I love that Logan Paul was like, any amount of money, like, I'd paid it to him, any amount, to get him to do that, and he just would not, and refused.
He's got his own product to pimp. He ain't gonna pimp Logan's.
He did it real well by crushing that four-wheeler.
Yeah, he did.
That's like,
It scared a lot of people, including the person in the front row.
I saw the footage from that person's
footage?
phone too.
Yeah, and
that
it's...
footage.
That
It
footage.
was something. It was something.
You can tell they didn't get hurt.
No.
Nothing.
no.
They were just knocked backwards.
The best one is the lady just off to the side who's deadpanning the entire time. She looks down at the person that got knocked off the barricade, and then she just kind of looks back at the camera with a dead-faced look on her face.
I didn't see that. I'm gonna have to find
It
that.
is so funny. Botchamania did a thing of it, and she's just like, well, like the old black lady, I'm too fucking tired for this shit kind of look, where she's just like,
I'm gonna have to see that.
fantastic. No one was hurt, thank goodness. WrestleMania. Also, Dom hit. Some dude walked in front of Dom's cart as well out in the crowd. Dom's cart carrying him, Liv, and the other one hit a fan. They were honking their horns trying to get through, and this dude just walked right in front of him.
Hey, that's on him because he should have looked both ways before crossing, right?
That's what I'm saying.
Hear that?
Yeah,
What,
if
was the
somebody
dude on his
coming, get
phone
the
or
fuck out of the
something?
way. You're like, yeah.
Like,
I don't know what dude was saying.
dude probably had his head in his phone, not paying attention. You're at WrestleMania. Get off your phone, unless you in the crap seats.
That's right, which we'll talk about
Then
here
just sit your
momentarily.
butt down and
That's
watch your
right.
phone.
Hit us with the next one.
You mean
Speaking
those
of which, all right, Johnny, if you go wide here, This
These are your cheap
is
seats.
a $400 ticket at WrestleMania.
Tell me what you see.
This is a cheap seat.
What do you see?
I see a lot of
I
nothing.
see people.
I don't even see the ring. I just see heads.
I see the little bit of white. That
I
center
see it.
white spot is the middle of the canvas.
What is the point? To say you went?
Yeah.
Ooh, buddy. You know what? You know what everyone needs to do? The same thing that the people did that were sitting next to the dude that took this. What were they doing?
They're streaming. They're streaming on the Peacock on their phones.
Just go to All Access and go to a
That-
hotel and
Yeah,
watch it.
I mean, literally, if you're gonna do that, make it make sense to me. Why pay $400 when
$400 for
you
All
could have
Access.
spent $400 on a badass fucking party and just went to Access, and then ate like fucking savages, and drank
Dude.
like fucking Vikings,
That sounds like a
and
blast.
cannonballed and threw shit out your hotel window if
And
they
garden
open.
like you've never gardened before.
What a hoe.
I'm just saying. Well, I mean, I've had a time or two.
I knew you were a botanist. Hit us with the next one, please.
You know, that's what they say about me. That old professional. She's a botanist.
She's a professional
WWE
at everything.
WrestleMania Sunday announces, or WrestleMania Saturday, sorry,
Professional.
announced acquisition of Mexican Lucha Libre promotion AAA.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Immediately announces a Worlds Collide pay-per-view on the same day as Money in the Bank from the same arena.
Gonna be a busy day.
It's going to be a crazy fucking day.
Gonna be a crazy few days, actually.
They're actually now talking about the acquisition and making it NXT Mexico,
That'd be cool.
Wow.
which I'm not exactly crazy about them changing the AAA name. I think they should have kept it the way it was.
Maybe AAA NXT.
Something like that.
Maybe it's just so they can get their foot in the door to get.
Well, it's
the
branding. It's a branding
and
issue.
then they can work on it.
But they're going to get the tape library. They're going to get all that shit.
Cool.
This was the next one, John. This, of course, was the past owner. You see Michael Cole, Triple H. A cast of characters, and then you see Mexican Joan Rivers. And the
my
bottom
God.
right side, looking about as lively as the real Joan Rivers. Now, I don't know if she owes money or people, or she's like head of whatever she is. That's an important woman right there.
You could tell.
She didn't say fucking nothing.
She was stone-faced the entire time, except when during WrestleMania you caught a smile on her face.
Kind of.
It was
I think her Botox was leaking. That could be me. Sometimes it causes leakage through the eyes.
They're going to hell.
I mean, her fucking plastic surgeon's going to hell. Look at that. God love her. I mean, she's worth a lot of money, though, I bet.
You know who she looks like? Juno from Beetlejuice. They're a caseworker.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah.
Sorry, that just...
Or Grandma from the Beverly Hillbillies, when they're trying to get her out of the nursing home, they got the glasses and shit on her. What's her face? Is it Lily Tomlin? That played the lady trying to bust Granny out of in the movie?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
That's what that looks like. That hairstyle and them glasses.
With
Michael
Forrest
Cole,
Leachman,
drunken
right?
fuck. Look at him. He didn't know who he was. Voice sore. Triple H, bald head burning. Hottest one on the entire stage. Stephanie Verkeer just looks probably the happiest of everybody.
She looks really good with that red tie, too.
Going to be a hell of a run. Going to see interesting things. Go ahead and this was the next one, John. I don't know if WWE realized at the time that this Alberto El Patron, otherwise known as Alberto Del Rio. Alberto, I like to tie my girlfriends down and burn her with lit cigarettes.
And beat the fuck out of them.
Only
Pardon
to
my
turn the
language.
page and then turn it again.
Paige, good pun.
I wonder where you got that from.
Was their champion. So that would mean that
Next.
he now works for the WWE. Oh, wait. Fightful reports. Alberto Del Patron has been reportedly released from AAA. I wonder how
Their
that happened.
champion was just released somehow.
I wonder how that happened. Could it be that they were like, hey, did you know that wife beating fucking human excuse for fucking dude waste of air fucking pussy ass bitch is the champion of the promotion you just bought, and Triple H said he was, and it was over.
You mean the one that we said could never, ever, ever work for WWE again? The one that we said is blackballed from WWE? He works for AAA? You mean the AAA that we just bought?
Not
Triple H went.
No,
Triple H went.
No.
He's gone.
Huh? And it was over. Sorry about your fucking luck.
Good for y'all.
I hope that you won enough money to carry you for the rest of your... Maybe Tony can work off a coke deal or something.
Remember, sometimes what you do behind private doors comes out and fucks you.
Lucha Underground, babe. Babe, maybe now he'll try to go back to Lucha.
No.
Oh, wait. Didn't WWE just buy Lucha too?
Yep.
Damn.
Maybe
What's
TNA
she gonna
wrestling.
do?
Maybe TNA?
No.
That's not gonna
They're
happen.
WWE now too.
Looks like
Damn,
he's got,
dude.
what, AEW and NJPW?
Yeah.
Or not
No,
NJPW,
they've been working with the E2.
So
what?
AEW is starting to work, yeah.
AEW is starting to work with WWE.
Well, we saw the
too.
picture of The Rock and the T-shirt and the Rubik's Cube.
So he's.
Oh, I know where he's going to go. He's going to Vince McMahon's new promotion.
Hey, go ahead. Let's see how well it worked the first time. Let's see how well it works the second time.
Good luck, bud.
Hit us with the next one.
Have the life you deserve.
This man, Steve Mongo McMichael, member of the Four Horsemen and championship Chicago Bears, go ahead, hit us with the next one, passed away. Steve Mongo McMichael, probably known best to Chicago Bears fans as Mongo McMichael, owns a restaurant in Chicago. Hero to the people who live up northern Illinois.
He's a good-looking man.
Was the WCW's answer to Bobby Heenan before they got Bobby Heenan. Mongo McMichael, one hell of an athlete. Do we have another slide on him? I don't remember. This is it. Here's the deal. Dude could talk, had charisma. Former WCW United States champion. Mongo was a monster on the gridiron, monster in professional wrestling. Will be missed. His last year of his life has been a battle, and it was an uphill battle from the beginning. Finally, the other night, they finally pulled him from the ventilator. There was nothing more that could be done. They moved him to hospice, and within, I think it was like an hour, 2 hours,
he was ready to go.
Mongo had passed away.
His body was ready.
He was trying to stick around. He was trying to stick around for the Hall of Fame this year because he's a ballot for the Hall of Fame. He wanted to attend in person, and that just didn't happen. I'm sure he will still be inducted into the NFL Hall of Fame. Rest in peace, Mongo McMichael.
Now, will he eventually go into the WWE Hall of Fame?
I mean, he probably could go in under the Horsemen.
WCW, and they acquired that, so you would assume that maybe
eventually,
maybe the legendary wing
or a legacy wing.
That's what I meant. The
or
legacy
in
wing.
as an addition to the Four Horsemen.
True.
Who are already there.
Yeah.
Well, one incarnation of the Horsemen are there.
I read that there are many members of that. So.
Yes. It's Sting, Dusty Rhodes, the Who's Who was at least a member of the Horsemen once.
Yeah.
Gonna be missed. Mongo McMichael. Hit us with the next one, Johnny. Alright. This has nothing to do with wrestling, but this is fucking cool as shit. Cujo getting a updated version for Netflix coming soon. Cujo's one of the best movies of Stephen King to be translated into movie from the book.
Without a horrible ending. Since
It was a pretty vicious fucking movie, though.
No, but
the only
Stephen
thing
King is known to have horrible endings to his movies and books.
If these are the two actresses from the movie, the difference here being is that it was a mother and her son.
Now it's a mother and daughter.
Now it's a mother and daughter. The son they're trapped in this car by this dog. son has an asthma attack, and it's all about the torment of trying to get out of this automobile and go for help with this giant fucking vicious rabies-infested Saint Bernard circling outside.
At an auto
It
repair
is
shop.
a test of mental stability. It's an anxiety-fueled tension roller coaster ride, and it is one of the best Stephen King stories there is. It shows the power and love a mother has when their child is in danger. And oh my god, the movie is so fantastic. If you have not seen Cujo from the 80s, I want to say it might actually be on Netflix now. If not, it's on one of them. Check it out. Yeah, do yourself a favor, maybe Hulu. Do yourself a favor, check out the original Cujo if you like those kind of movies. Have you ever seen Buried Alive? Anybody?
Mhm.
Ryan Reynolds, where he's buried in a box in the ground. It's more intense than the final 10 minutes of that movie for the entire ride of the movie. It's insane. Not a sponsor, obviously, but I'm going to pimp any Stephen King movie that comes along because the man's a bro. Him and his son, Joe King, or whatever he goes by. I love that his name's Joe King.
I know, right?
Fantastic. Hit us with the next one. Him and his son did that movie Into the Tall Grass for Netflix. It was real fucking creepy.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, Into the Hulkverse. We made it this time. That is, what will we... Axel Hogan? Hulk Rose?
Axel Bro.
Guns and Bros?
Guns and Broses.
Broses. There you go. Guns, that's Hulk Brogan, and from Guns and Broses.
Oh, man.
Dig it. I also like the Axel Rose.
Dig it, brother.
Axel, that don't even look like Axel Rose anymore. Actually, that's an accurate picture of what Axel Rose looks like now, minus the mustache. And he's about 800 pounds. Hit us with the next one, Big Bad John. I'm glad we're into the fun stuff now. It's a little heavy there. This is the this could have been the new choice for the new Pope, but he missed the phone call. You know, like
He was asked, though, to do it.
well, it was on his answering machine, but he missed the phone call. Kind of like the George Foreman girl was supposed to be his, and he missed that phone call.
What else?
Numerous things. Did you know that he was that he played bass guitar for Megadeth? It's actually true, believe it or not. He actually did. He is a bass player. A lot of people don't know that.
That's how.
He was a bodyguard and bouncer in the nightclubs. He actually did sit in on the band. He's actually an accomplished bass guitar player, believe it or fucking not. It's the one thing he doesn't brag about that he should fucking brag about. You know what I mean? Like, we don't give a fuck if Sylvester Stallone thought you were a good actor. Sylvester Stallone's been hit in the head a lot. I mean, let's be real here. Him and Becky Lynch talk out of the side of their mouths. They talk like this, like we would imagine cartoon characters talking out of the side of their mouth. Or JR prior to after WrestleMania 9. Just saying. But that is what
Like
we
Will
call
Mickey?
that is the Popester. That's who that is. The Popester. Yes. Hit us with the next one, please. This is my pick for the new Pope. If anyone can save Vatican City, it's Ernest. And he'll do it earnestly. Know what I mean?
It looks like he's just had a really good day.
Oh, here's the deal. First off, I love that this was shared by the estate on their actual legitimate Facebook. Someone had made and they shared it. So that's the only reason I shared it here, because I mean, it can be looked at rather fucking negatively, but at the same time, the Ernest family was like, no, that's hilarious. Go ahead and share that. So, get the book that's out, The Importance of Being Earnest. Fantastic and candid look at the man behind the, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ernest P. Worrell is fucking the man. He's like Weird Al Yankovic of movies.
Right.
Hit us with the next one, Big Bad John. And in Beverly Hillbillies, just because. Oh, look, it's The Rock, ruining wrestling for everyone.
He's getting pretty good at that,
Tell
isn't
me
he?
more about it.
Rock says that the Elimination Chamber was nothing more than a ticket fluff. Elimination Chamber was not doing well in Canada. Rock said, I've got an idea, and did the whole Cody Soul thing, which there was no plan for Mania. There was no plan for a follow-up. The Rock was not planned or factored into WrestleMania 41. It was to boost ticket sales of a pay-per-view that was not buying right.
To me, that's just all bullshit. I don't care if he says it's business or not. Could at least follow it up at least WrestleMania.
That's what I thought too. But WrestleMania was really good, and we really didn't need him.
Actually, I thought night 2 was lackluster.
Why
compared to
are
night
you
1.
dogging your profession?
Why would you come out and then went on Dave LaGreca, busted open radio and was like, it's all work, brother. Everything we do is work. Everything's fake.
You're going and taking a massive crap where you eat, dude.
Yeah, well, he can. That's the sad part. Like, there's no one out there that can stop him. He has...
Like, he literally is ruining wrestling.
Which, people found out that Vince McMahon is still the third highest equity ownership in WWE or TKO. He still has equity shares in it. Like,
we never reported that he sold them all.
Well, that's the point. Like, he still has them.
Yeah.
So you're never going to get away from Vince McMahon. He's still there, just not on the board. And that's a shame. But, hey, as long as the stock market... Well, I mean, the equity is probably quite a bit of money. It's what's going to keep him having his hair darkened and all that fun stuff that he's been doing.
Botox.
It's like fucking muscular Samoan Vince there, man. I'm hoping that this shit clears up, because I really like The Rock.
Or did.
But I can only forgive so much that I just don't know. It's a shame. I thought it was a great idea having him back and everything. And ticket sales are up. Shows are fantastic. I mean, don't get me wrong. The rosters are busting their ass. The stories have never been better. Next time, though, that they ask you about why you're not at Mania, just come up with something. I knew John Cena could handle it. He didn't need me.
I told John Cena to prove himself. I
sent Travis Scott in my place. You know, something. You didn't have to just shit all over the product, bro. We're making you money, and I get that, but at the end of the day, quit insulting the fans' intelligence.
Or we'll stop,
the ones that actually are intelligent, quit. The one smart part of the crowd you're insulting are the ones that pay the most money for you to prove them wrong, so to speak. That's why the internet wrestling community is never happy, but at the same time, you don't really want them to be. You want them to want to get behind this guy. You want them to then forget about this guy and get behind this guy. You know what I mean? Like, it's all a gag, and why are you alienating the best part of your audience? I don't get it. I thought you wanted to make money. Hit us with the next one, Big Bad John. All right. So we'll go wide here. I got a range of topics to talk about. Becky Lynch returns at WrestleMania, wins the tag team titles, loses the tag team titles on the Monday after, and now turned heel. So we have a heel Becky Lynch. John Cena comes out, says he's retiring with the belt. He's taking it home with him. There's nothing anyone can do to change his mind. And that's when Randy Orton shows up from out of nowhere, drops him with an RKO, and we're off to the races there.
I just want to point out that on that Cena Orton picture, they cropped out the best part of that picture.
They did digitally remove it, didn't they?
Yes, they did. And the original picture of that,
there's
in the background, behind Randy and Cena, there's a white sign that says, Hogan is afraid of unions.
Hogan fears unions.
And when we were watching it live, I was laughing because I'd been gardening. And I was like, oh my God, that sign says Hogan fears unions. And Luke goes, no, it says he fears unicorns. I was like, no, dude, it says unions. Later on, I found the picture. And I was like, ha, told you.
It was funny, really, either way. But I was wrong, yes.
But they...
It's actually even funnier than it says unions, but...
But they edited out the best part of that picture.
Stephanie Vaquer shows up on Raw, has a match with Io Sky. Fantastic. Gonna be a big fucking star. Rusev returns, Rusev Day. Took out, who did he take out? What tag team did he destroy? Whoever was gonna wrestle the New Day. Can't remember. To whomever it was. Oh, Otis and Tozawa. And then, of course, broke Otis with the Machka.
Yeah.
The camel clutch. Which hurts like a motherfucker. It's called the Redeemer other places. I don't know if that's what he still calls it. Accolade. The Accolade.
Is that my Pat McAfee on the ground?
Yes.
What did that man do to my Pat McAfee?
So Pat McAfee...
I told you we needed to watch.
So Pat McAfee and Michael Cole are at ringside. Jey Uso had just had a promo to which they had talked about Gunther tapping out. During commercial break, Gunther comes to the ring, gets in Michael Cole's face. We come back from commercial. He's in Michael Cole's face, telling him to take his fucking headset off. So he takes his headset off after Cole goes, I just said you tapped out. You tapped out. Like, you lost. You're the one who tapped out. And then he decided to put his hands on Michael Cole.
Oh, no, he did not.
Putting Michael Cole in a chokehold from behind, to which Pat McAfee takes a flying Superman punch into the side of Gunther's head. Gunther, of course, releases Michael Cole. A whole bunch of officers and shit are come down, officials. Pat McAfee's going like this, like, all right, man, that's enough.
I'm going to go back
to my seat. So he turns around to go back to his seat. Gunther hits him from behind, puts him in that chokehold, and every one of Pat McAfee's friends from the podcast tried to get at Gunther.
They were jumping the barricade.
Jumping the barricade. Literally the security was holding that. It took every member of security to keep them back.
I think they said
did they not know that it was a storyline?
No. He legitimately was choked out.
He had to go to the emergency room
afterwards.
This was not
spitting up blood. It was part of the show, but it was done to perfection. The next night on his podcast, him and his buddies...
He was really hoarse.
He was hoarse. It was the draft day special, and he's like, I don't care what you say, you're a fucking coward. Don't you ever put your fucking hands on Michael Cole. So I think we're going to get a Gunther Pat McAfee match before it's over with. And that'll be Pat McAfee's second match on the main card, or on the main roster. I think 6th in his WWE career when he was in NXT. Here's the deal. That's money. Pat McAfee, literally went out.
Yeah. It was vicious.
He let him put him to sleep. He put him out. Because
that's
why he has that hand right here. No, he legitimately put him to sleep.
I know, but it was planned. It was planned.
Yes.
But he did it the hard way.
He didn't tell his buddies either.
Well, no, he wanted them to be as shocked as everyone else.
If I remember
He's
right, they said it took 23 of the security guards to
keep his boys back.
And a couple of them broke through a couple times because we watched it. And,
well, at first we were like, there's fucking fans jumping the fucking guardrail to try to get at this to break it up. Then we realized, oh, wait. That's his fucking podcast boys. Yeah, it was... They jumped security.
They were like, why are you fucking with us? Go help him.
Yeah, he's like, there was 23 of them keeping us at bay while y'all was just wiggling, trying to get him to let go, you and the referees. They was like, you could have let us go, could have got it separated a whole lot fucking sooner. And shit, like, they were
pissed.
They were playing it up. It was really good. It's going to be interesting. Of course, then Seth Rollins comes out. He's going to explain the motives. We don't get that far. CM Punk shows up, taping his wrists, ready for a fight. Fight between them break out. Roman Reigns shows up, drops both of them on the outside. hits Paul Heyman with the Superman punch.
Ooh.
He's got him in the corner, waiting for him to get up, does the ooh-ah thing, and as he comes in to spear Paul Heyman, gets eaten by a Braun Breaker spear. Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman are now a group.
Say hello
This
to
is-
the new Shield, my friend.
This
Or,
is
yes.
interesting.
It's going to be very
Ooh.
interesting to see where we go.
See-
Braun Breaker is the next Paul Heyman guy.
Say hello to the new Shield.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. He seems like it because he always goes with like more like powerhouse. It seems like.
Yes.
That and lineage.
Yeah.
If
Yes.
you think about it, he works a lot with lineage people.
Yeah, he
Yes.
worked a lot with their father and his uncle too in WCW. But then, of course, like I said
Because
on
then
SmackDown, we
he
had
knows the
Rusev or
family. He knows how
Aleister
to
Black, new United
help
States
them.
Women's Champion. And a lot take place in the week after Mania. Noam Dar returned on NXT,
I saw that.
won the
Or I
Heritage
heard
Cup.
that.
Looking good.
Looking
Actually
great.
looking really good.
Next week it'll be Lexis King challenging Ricky Starks for the North American Championship. Stax called Lucifino to meet him out in the desert. He did. He showed up, and he's like, "What the fuck are you doing? Turning on Tony and shit at Stand and Deliver." And he keeps talking, and all of a sudden Stax goes
He goes, hey,
like this. He goes,
why do you think I asked you to meet me here?
"What do you think I asked you to come here for?"
Out in the middle of nowhere,
And he
all
goes
alone.
like this, and he goes, off, and it cuts off. They believe that this is the end of the D'Angelo family, that Tony D'Angelo is being called up to Raw.
Oh, by the way, sorry I'm asking so many questions. I did not watch any wrestling this week.
There was a lot of it this week, and after the weekend we all had, I get it.
It was
Yeah.
very, very hard to find time. I was literally half asleep watching half of it.
I do it because I'm an insomniac, and I also like to punish myself that way.
Well, he likes to punish me because he knows I've been working all day and I really want to watch it, but I'm sitting on.
Yeah. A lot of good wrestling this week. Going to be interesting as the week goes on, where we go from here. We're pushing forward. There's going to be what I hear a rumored... Well, John Cena and Randy Orton will take place in St. Louis at Backlash for the championship. Also rumored is Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest versus LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu for the United States Championship at that pay-per-view, which will be really good if that's where they go. Going to be an interesting month of wrestling, starting with the TNA pay-per-view yesterday, because
Good.
today is
Go back and
totally
watch
the
it.
28th and not the 27th,
Seventh,
because that would mean that it was Sunday and it hadn't happened yet.
and Sunday was yesterday.
Here's one actually big bad news. Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful announces
The Universal Championship is now listed as retired on WWE's website.
which means that the last Universal Champion being recognized would be Cody Rhodes. So we have no more Universal Championship.
So what does Cena hold?
John Cena holds the now called Undisputed WWE Champion.
Okay.
Is that what they basically...
That's what the old one was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
They've just retired the Universal title, which means technically Roman Reigns' reign would have been the last Universal Championship reign.
Right.
Because he was the last one to hold two belts. So, congratulations to that. And we get rid of that ugly fucking blue belt.
Yeah.
Just like when it was on Raw and it was red, they were fucking ugly and no one liked them. Just like the tag titles when they were red and blue. They looked the exact same, just with different colored straps. Just like all the titles look now. Even though the women's fucking United States title being white is sharp.
tasty.
The Intercontinental one I can do with... I like the blue being put into it like Jay's did.
I love Jay's belt.
But
That's really good.
this new belt looks great with the blue side plates, which look fucking phenomenal. But anyway, hit us with the next one, Big Bad John. Universal Championship has been retired. Also on SmackDown, Fraxium made their WWE debut beating the Garza twins, or the Garza brothers, or cousins, or whatever the hell they are. Axiom and Frazier now 100% part of the Smackdown roster.
About time.
Congrats.
Very well, Hank and Tank, they passed the torch to Hank and Tank and then moved up as you should in the professional wrestling world. Hit us with the next one, Big Bad John. Let's see what we got next. Alright, this was just funny and posed a serious question. It says, AEW could do something very funny and stupid if they wanted to. John Cena has 17. It could be a thing.
Don't.
I hope not.
Don't. Just.
Well, it would still be, he would have to win 2 of them. If he was to win another one, it wouldn't matter. He would only tie Cena. He wouldn't break him. So that means that the record would still technically remain John Cena's because he's one more first. Make sense?
Yep.
Still don't put it past them.
Let's let Randy do it. I don't know why we're not letting Randy do it. We should just let Randy do it. He's just as good. We should just let him do it.
They are.
I hope so. I hope that's where... I mean, it won't happen this soon, but I hope it's
No.
coming. Hit us with the next one, Big Bad John. All right. What's Trevor running his mouth off about today? I'm not saying she's not amazing. You know, Sky, obviously. She 100% is, but I can do everything she can, probably even better. She can't do what I am capable of, maybe not even half. I'm just going to pose a question, because I really don't want to get too far into this, because it makes my fucking head hurt. How many world championships you won, bruh?
She's also known as Genius of the Sky.
I'm not saying Ricochet isn't insanely talented. He's insanely talented. However, how many world championships have you won? The answer to that is 0. 0 world championships.
I would love to see an intergender match between these two.
So until you win,
he wouldn't.
How many world championships has Io Sky won? She's WWE Women's
Unless
Champion
it was
once.
scripted properly.
She was the NXT Women's Champion, and now she's the World Women's Champion.
She's amazing.
When you win a world when you win even one world championship, then we can talk. Until then,
stop running your mouth.
Go play at AEW.
Go have fun with your spot monkeys. Yeah, go have fun with your spot monkeys, bro. Hit us with the next one, Big Bad John. I don't even want to look at his face anymore. All right, what are we looking at here, Johnny?
Trekverse. Sorry, that's not Johnny, but I got excited.
Who do we have here? That is Rhea Ripley.
Rhea Ripley as a Section 31 officer. Then we have
Randy Orton as Spock.
Yep.
That's the least fucking mindful person ever. Randy Orton as Spock. I love it. Who else we got here? Yes, Roman fits perfectly
as Worf, and then Bianca Belair looks like a Uhura.
Mm-hmm.
She's wearing a red shirt. It's dangerous. You know how them red shirts go. I'm guessing that Seth Rollins would be the Neelix of the group, being the wild-colored, eccentric. Then you got CM Punk as Bones.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's who I see there. When I look at him, I see original series as Bones.
Yes.
Yep.
These are very good renders, by the way.
They are.
Here's with the next one. See who we got next. Liv Morgan looks really good in Nurse
looks like, yep, Nurse Chapel.
Oh, yeah. Alexa Bliss.
Alexa Bliss looks good in everything.
She could also be done as Uhura.
Yep.
She's the red shirt that won't die. Yeah, she is. Look at that. Even her hair looks good in that rendering. It really does. It looks good with that outfit.
Alexa always looks good.
Liv looks great in that picture. I'm just saying. Y'all need to be trained.
She actually looks like she belongs there.
Oh, yeah.
Hit us with the next one. Wow, did you guys bring back fucking Colin Meaney or what?
Oh my god, Sami Zayn.
Looks just like the motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
Except he should be wearing Kevin Owens' shirt. Right?
Yep.
He was orange, or yellow, or gold, I guess. Would be the more
There was a few that had changed colors throughout.
Yeah, but with his color of a shirt, he would look just like you.
Right.
Check off.
Yeah, insane. Hit us with the next one.
And finally,
Obviously.
Jean-Luc Picard with Hunter you know.
Yep, that guy. Here's the deal.
He was also Jean-Paul Helmsley at one point.
Jean-Paul Levesque.
Oh yes, Jean-Paul Levesque. So yes, it works perfectly.
So he would be Captain Levesque.
missing a pip though.
Yes. Here's the deal. I still say Patrick wore it better. Just saying.
But he does look good.
I like my captain with a little bit of Professor X. That's all I'm saying. And a whole lot of Moby Dick. He was great in that Moby Dick series USA released when we were kids.
He was great in the Canterville Ghost.
I actually just seen that on TV the other night. I don't remember what I was on. I think it was on one of the Roku channels that was on. But I was like, holy shit, I ain't seen this in
I
fucking
watched
forever.
it on Peacock.
And that's probably where I saw it. Then it was Peacock. It was one of the streaming services.
Yeah.
All right. Is that all we got?
We got one more thing.
All right. Let's hit us with the big time Skeletor ending. Says, "Damn girl, are you a newspaper?
No, why?
Because you got a new issue every fucking day.
So do you.
Until we meet again. Suck a dick, He-Man." I nailed it. Oh, it's fuck Jared Leto. Where's my Skeletor money? I'll play Skeletor. I mean, you have to CGI.
Get it for like half the price.
You have to CGI me because I'm robust. That's what I call it. Call it robust. That's right. That's right. I'm robust. That's what we call this. Ruggedly handsome. God, I'm like a unicorn, really. As majestic as a fucking peacock.
That's not the term you need to be using.
Majestic as a peacock. Just, I'm a peacock captain. You just gotta let me fly.
Oh my god.
That's right. Fucking majestic. It's magical, and then there's majestic, Joey.
Looks right.
Majestic.
Majestic.
Word of the day. Majestic. And gardening, apparently.
Hey, you should always garden.
That's majestic. Well, you should garden majestically. Then you can be a majestic gardener. See how that works?
I'm the professional gardener.
I'm like Vince McMahon in a way. You're not allowed to get up on your own. Fuck you doing?
I do what I want.
We need a shirt that says the professional gardener. Yeah, her face sticking out the end
We
of
do
the rolling
a
paper.
420 edition for gardening.
I thought maybe she could be a hoe.
I was a hoe once.
That's why his thing.
Oh shit! We didn't do this, did we?
Oh,
Nope.
hey.
Be sure to follow us
Do the
at
thing.
Facebook, facebook.com/ProWrestlingThrowdown. We're on the Xverse at ProWrestlingTD. You can send us an email at ProWrestlingThrowdown@gmail.com. Obviously, if you're seeing this, you know that we are youtube.com/ProWrestlingThrowdown. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.
We also
Helps
have
us
TikTok.
with the algorithm. We have a TikTok, Pro Wrestling Throwdown 1. Also, be sure to leave comments and stuff. It helps with the algorithm. Helps us reach more people. If you have any ideas, questions, comments, complaints, numbers because Caleb's your baby's daddy, whatever you need, drop it in the comments or in the email or across social media. Also, don't forget the merch store we have at streamlabs.com/Pro Wrestling Throwdown. We got swimsuits, we got flip-flops, we got
Brand new swimsuits. Check them out. They're cool.
Coletta designed some of the shorts and stuff. Looks really good.
Was fun.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, share to all of your friends. Be on the lookout for new merchandise. Be on the lookout for
share
new
to
spots.
your enemies too.
Yeah, share to them too. Propel out here. You know what? We give you the permission to use us as spam. So spam our site to everyone. I will Rickroll dance in front of a camera if we get to 400 subscribers. I will do my own version of Never Gonna Give You Up, Never Gonna Let You Down.
Can you do the caterpillar like Otis?
I would rather you
No.
do a rendering of Tenacious D.
Okay, I'll do whatever. We'll put some choices up. Y'all pick.
I think the Tenacious D
400
would
subscribers. That's less than 100 subscribers, and we'll put that shit on all social medias. I'll even read off your name.
I'll video it.
Yeah, I mean, whatever we want to do, folks. 400. We're looking at 400 because after that, we are officially closer to the Drive for 5, which we're doing for the 5th season. Want to try to get 500 subscribers by the end of Season 5. It is doable. Be sure to be on the lookout for more content. We're going to start dropping some different things. Trying to engage as much as possible, more shorts. We have a Tough Broad segment getting ready to come out. We've got some podcast ideas for audio, maybe a Spotify run, maybe Amazon Music, maybe something like that. Maybe a Patreon for content where we can actually show you wrestling match footage that we just can't show here on YouTube. Dude, it would be flagged every time we do on Patreon. They don't care. It's not part of their thing.
We're not part of the Skanks crew.
Yes. So, I mean, it could be fun. We can actually show wrestling matches as we break them down and shit.
Also,
we can be a little more free flowing.
We can do the more in-depth stuff. The more hardcore,
We can cover music, movies. We can do movie watch-alongs. We can do all kinds of stuff on Patreon. Something we're going to be looking into for the future. But as for today's show, Monday, April the 28th, 2025, Day of the Lord.
No, that was yesterday.
That was the 27th yesterday.
Yes, but the Day of the Lord was yesterday, Sunday.
Monday is the day of Mondays.
Oh. It was the
Monday
day of
is not the Day of the Lord.
And Angry
That
Cat.
was yesterday,
So-
Sunday, the 27th.
Monday is the I Hate Mondays, so we're going to watch Pro Wrestling Throwdown podcast day.
Yeah, it's already happened.
There
Raw
you go.
already happened, so you have no choice but to watch it.
Go check it out. It was real
Stay
cool.
here.
Yeah,
and then go watch
go watch it. Yeah.
Stay here first, most important.
Uh-huh.
Like,
And then-
subscribe, comment, share. And then go watch the rest of the stuff. But here first.
Then there.
Then there. Here.
Here.
There.
Do they get to keep it in the ring?
As always,
Keep
keep
it
in the ring.